Hello everybody and welcome to the DDNet After Dark session. So today we are playing Dead or Alive Xtreme 3 Scarlet. I think it was always inevitable that at some stage I was going to play this one. It is one of my favourite games that involves fan service, and yeah, I really enjoy this game overall. So this one that we're playing is the Nintendo Switch version. So you're going to see slightly lesser quality, I guess, graphics than what you can get on the PlayStation. But I play the Switch one a lot more. It's the portability of it makes it so much more convenient, and it still looks really good. It's a very impressive looking game with a great engine and really shows off what the Switch can do as a piece of hardware. So that was why I picked it. We're going to give people a minute or two to jump on before we get going. It is a Friday night, so people might have things to do. Better things to do than watch me play Dead or Alive anyway. But hopefully a couple of people jump on, because once again, this is a game I love a great deal, and I would dearly, love to stream this one over a couple of weeks or come back to it every so often. Obviously, the choice of which games that I choose to play is really up to what people come on to watch. But yeah, let's see how we go. I would just give people another minute. I've put a tweet out so people know that thing's on. Oakley dokley. Right, so if you haven't played Dead or Alive Xtreme 3 Scarlet, you probably are at least aware of it from reputation. It was never officially released in the West. You can only get it from the Asian markets or Japan. If you did buy it out of Japan, then the good news was that it was all localized into English anyway, and as you can see, I'm playing it in English here. But yes, it was never officially released in the West. I guess Koei Tecmo didn't want to deal with the potential downsides to releasing this game, because as everybody knows, it's all about swimwear, and it's fairly gravure in style. Doesn't have too much gameplays as such. It's more about relaxing and just kind of enjoying the voyeurism of it all. But yes, it has been a fairly successful game, I think, for Koei Tecmo in Japan, especially the PC version, which was free to play and had all these kind of gacha elements. It wasn't something that I've played any of, because I've been quite happy with the PS3, PS4 and Nintendo Switch versions, but I do believe the PC version has been quite successful for Koei Tecmo. Oh, we've got somebody. Hello. Hello, Dithiram. Welcome. My volume's too low, is it? Okay, let's turn it up. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can get myself a bit louder. How's that? Am I a bit louder now? Turn the music of the background music back a bit as well. Once again, because this is streamed over my Elgato and YouTube, there is a delay in me reading your comments and being able to respond to them. So if you see, I will respond to pretty much every comment that gets left on the stream, but it might be a second or two before I can. But if that does improve the volume, do let me know. No. Why is it doing this to me? Why? Always has to happen when it's live, doesn't it? Always have to have tech trouble. Alright, well, I'll just talk louder. I'll just talk louder and closer to the mic, and hopefully my voice comes across loud enough that you can at least hear what I'm saying. Okay, so we'll jump into it. That's been quite a long introduction. So this game, being a Dead or Alive title, features the various girls from Dead or Alive. Not all of them, which was a little bit controversial, but Scarlet did fix that by bringing a couple of popular ones in that were out of the original Dead or Alive Xtreme 3. I am going to be starting a new game because I actually finished up the last one. So you get to see things from scratch, which includes a nice little opening cutscene with whichever girl you choose, and then you get into the action such that it is. So for those of you who haven't played Dead or Alive Extreme 3, the basic premise is that Zack, and that's the only time that a guy pops up in this game at any point, Zack, the flamboyant male character from Dead or Alive, he has purchased himself an island, or he has in the previous Dead or Alive Extreme games as well. Each time they blow up in his face, but he keeps buying a new one, and then he only invites women to this island to relax and chill, and yeah, that's basically it. He's been a bit of a perv, and you get to perv along with him. No in-game audio, huh? Well, I'm trying to balance these things out with my voice and the in-game stuff. Hopefully, I'm sorry I'm having technical issues, peoples. It's very hard to fix this on the fly, it seems, but hopefully I'm going to get the balance right now. Anyway, so we've got Kasumi, Momiji, Leifeng, Hitomi, Helena, Marie Rose, Honoka, Nyon Tengu, Misaki. Now Misaki's not actually part of the Dead or Alive main cast. She's actually only part of the Dead or Alive Extreme series, and yeah, so she's an original character just for this game, so that's probably why you haven't recognized her if you have played the fighting games but haven't played the beach volleyball one. She's a pretty good character. I quite like her. Kokoro and Ayane. Now, I'm going to go completely with type and pick Marie Rose, of course. Of course. Oops. I think I've just quit by accident. Did I? Did I press the wrong button? Yes, I did. That's embarrassing. Alright, let's try that again. I can skip this anyway. Let's skip past that this time. No, Misaki's great. I like Misaki. I wish she was in the fighting games. They put a different character in there instead. They did add one of the original characters from Dead or Alive Extreme to Dead or Alive 6. It was the last DLC character. Her name is Tamaki, but I prefer Misaki. I thought Misaki should have been the one in. Hello, Christian. Welcome to the stream. I apologize if you hear, or if you're having trouble with the sound. That's my fault. I've got tech issues, it seems, tonight. And either my voice is too soft or the game music is off entirely. So, I'm trying my best to fix it on the fly, but I apologize. Anyway, back to this. I'm going to pick Marie Rose because I like Marie Rose, and this is my stream, so you can just deal with it. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to just ask you to deal with it, because I don't want to mess with it too much more, because otherwise I'm going to be spending all night trying to mess with the volume levels, and it's going to mess with my voice, and then it's going to mess with the game sounds and stuff. So, yeah, apologies again for the tech issues, but I'm not going to mess with it any further because it's just going to disrupt the whole stream. Right, so, we've got, when you start a new game in Dead or Alive Extreme 3, you get to, well, one of the characters of the rest of the cast offers to be your partner, and as you can see, I got very lucky tonight because Misaki wants to be my partner, which is great. So Marie Rose and Misaki are a pretty good tag team if you ask me, so I'm going to join up with her for sure. Hello Perfect Frost, welcome to the stream. Yes, Marie Rose definitely likes horror movies, and yeah, she's a great character. She's the best character. I know people, she's controversial, but whatever. Yes, so I'm going to partner up with Misaki with her cat ears and stuff. Unfortunately, there's no marriage event. It would be great. They're a perfect combination, these two. Alright, so once you actually get into the game, you basically just chill. That's the whole point of this game. There are a couple of different locations on the island that you can visit. There's a sports shop where you can buy new costumes and stuff. There's a Zack of all trades where you can buy various items, and there's a couple of little quests that you can do. They're optional, basically, where you can buy items that the girls can enjoy. And then there's a poolside where you really do just relax. There's a pool which has a couple of little mini games, and then there's two beach places where there's a couple of other mini games as well. In addition to that, you can also do various photo events and, yeah, basically just, like I said earlier in the stream, enjoy the voyeurism of it all. But if you look at the top right hand of the corner, there's the girls always have one thing that they want to do in particular. Unfortunately, Marie Rose wants to play beach flags while wearing the same thing as Misaki, but I can't give Misaki Marie Rose's costume right now, so I'm not going to be able to finish that mission. What I'm going to have to do then is head off to the poolside. Items the girls can enjoy. Yes, I meant ice creams. I meant ice creams. This is not a... I mean, it is a lewd game, but it's not that lewd. I just want to quit that mission because I can't complete it. And since I can't complete it, I now have nothing to do right now, so I might as well go and play some beach volleyball. So I can play beach volleyball with Ayane and Leifeng, or with Honoka and Kokoro. I think I'll play with Honoka and Kokoro. Because this is day 1 of 14, the opponents are easy as the days go on. Like I said, it's a 2-week vacation that you have. As you get closer to day 14, the opponents go from easy to medium to hard difficulty. So the difficulty of these mini-games, such as it is, does increase. But beach volleyball is the main mini-game in this thing, so we might as well play beach volleyball. That's a good start for me. Good on me. Oops. Then I follow it up with a really amateur serve. That's terrible. At the moment, Kokoro's just standing around doing not a whole lot of anything, so... Oh, and so am I. Marie Rose is also very easy. I don't believe it has any cheats, no. Probably because the mechanics are so simple that... I mean, the only real goal in this game, such as it is to... If you build a close enough relationship with a girl, and that basically means just playing through 14-day after 14-day session, and, you know, succeeding in volleyball games and stuff, once you get to a certain level of relationship with a girl, then you get to enjoy a pole dance, which is exactly how it sounds, and that's basically it. That's the end goal of this thing, such as it is. So cheats wouldn't really make sense. And just like that, Murray Rose's vacation is off to a great start. Oh, I think he would have. I think Itagaki definitely would have. This was a natural extension of where he was taking this series as well. About the only thing that Itagaki might not have done is the realistic character models. I think he was pretty set on the plastic mannequin look, which I do think was a right thing, and I don't necessarily agree with the decision to try and make these characters look as realistic as they do. But other than that, I'm pretty sure that this is in line with his vision for the sub-series. Okay, so now it's evening. Now, one of the big parts of this game, obviously, is to collect a lot of costumes for your characters, and then you can play dress up. And as the holiday goes on, they actually develop tan lines, so when you switch costumes again, you actually see their tan lines from the different swimsuits. I've got quite a few swimsuits for Murray Rose. Quite a few, because I played this through quite a few times with her on this save file on the Switch. And yeah, let's pick something a little bit different. So the costumes range from everything from the really kind of revealing, let's put it that way, but Mary Rose hates it, you see, so it's, yeah, wouldn't dress her up in that, to the to the amusing, like there's a pajama set here, there's a beach towel, and through to, I guess, more traditional swimsuits as well. Each character has their own set that they can buy, and then you can trade with other characters so that they can eventually have everybody else's swimsuits as well. Or you can just DLC some as well. Some of the crazier ones here I've actually DLC'd, so you can't get them through in-game play. The Nothing But Bubbles. Look, there is a cake one, which I haven't got. There is a cake costume, and then if the girls get hit in the head with a volleyball or something, the cake kind of explodes to become even more revealing. But let's go with that one. I quite like that one. Okay, so now that I've equipped that, let's do, it's evenings. Evenings are quite nice visually. Let's do a photo session, shall we? So take a photo of Mary Rose relaxing. Let's do that. So as you can see, you can change the F rating, so you can create the nice artistic blur in the background while she's there posing for you, and then you line it up and click. And you can save the photo. Of course, you can share it on social media afterwards, which I have done a lot of in the past, as anybody who follows me on Twitter knows. Zoom out a little bit. Look at that. Isn't that a wonderful photo? I'm good at this. And she's enjoying the sunset there. Each time you do that, it saves straight to the memory stick. Hi Britta, welcome to the feed. Actually, I believe you'll find that this game wasn't ever released outside of Asia and Japan. Koei Tecmo just never bothered to even try to get it rated, so that's why you can't find it. I bought this copy, this Switch copy, when I was actually in Japan, but the PS4 one I had imported from PlayAsia from Hong Kong, because the Asian version was released all throughout Hong Kong and Singapore and whatever. So yeah, it was never released outside of the Asian market because it would have been too controversial. There would have been too many negative headlines, and it would have hurt the Dead or Alive brand more than it is already hurt, I think. Yes, lots of people doing yoga on the beach. It's all completely authentic and accurate. So at the end of the day, once you've had a full day of activities, you head back to the hotel room with the character. Every single day, Zach drops you a gift. Oh really? You can't import it legally? You can't even import it? I didn't know that. That's a pity. You couldn't buy yourself a Nintendo Switch card for the Japanese market and just download it from the eShop? Because you can do that. with this. I mean, you can definitely download it, and if you download it from the Japanese eShop, it is in English still. Well, she's not going to bed just yet. You'll see in a second. So yes, oops. Zach gave you a gift, which is dropped into your collection. And what did I get? I got a lantern, an interesting gift, but Murray Rose actually likes it, so yay. I'll just put that away in the closet. Most of these gifts are not particularly useful. You just need to sometimes give them as a gift to your partner, and if Misaki needs a lantern, then it's good to know that I've got one in the closet ready to go. So the main thing you can do in the evenings is go to the casino, which is good fun. We'll do that now. And the casino has a couple of different games you can play. You can play roulette, you can play blackjack, or you can play poker. Now, the AI for these various games is not particularly good. So if I play poker, basically the girls just make random bets and stuff. It's not a dedicated poker game, let's put it this way. But you'll see the decks of cards are pretty interesting. So I go to the poker table. I'm playing against Misaki, Nyontengu, and Ayane. So up the ante. And as you can see, the decks of cards are all various swimsuit gravure shots of the Dead or Alive girls. So, let's just call here. I'm honestly surprised that Koei Tecmo never thought to actually make this deck of cards. Every year I go to Tokyo Game Show. I won't be going this year, unfortunately, because it's been cancelled, and I'm very upset about that. But every other year I've been to Tokyo Game Show. Koei Tecmo always has a big booth of merchandise that they sell, and they've never had a deck of Dead or Alive girls cards, which I've always thought is odd. It just seems like something they would do, but they haven't for whatever reason. That's not really good cards, is it? Let's hold 8, 9, and 10 and just go for the Hail Mary straight. Nope. You like living it on the edge, did you, Ram? Okay. What the hell, I'll just call. Oh look, I actually won it. I got 2 kings out of the exchange of cards, and they were the cards I needed. Anyway, it's yeah, 5-card draw rather than Texas Hold'em, so it's not even the best poker, but you do need to play this mini game both to get the pole dance at the end of the game, and also to complete some missions along the way. But I think I don't have to do that right now. You should learn the rules of poker. It's actually a fun game, and a lot of people what was I going to say? I had lost my train of thought completely. Anyway, let's just go to bed. Okay, so now we're into day 2 of this very lovely tropical holiday. Now, as you can see, this time it is a mission that I can complete. Murray Rose wants to play beach volleyball against a pair with a difficulty of easy or higher. So that's nice and easy. That's a very easy mission indeed. Let's play with Hitomi. Yeah, Momiji. Yes, let's do that. I decided to play against Hitomi because before Mary Rose came along, Hitomi was my favourite Dead or Alive character. So when I was playing Dead or Alive 3 a lot back on the Xbox, I was always playing with Hitomi. Yes, I would definitely play Butt Battle. Butt Battle is a masterpiece of a minigame. I'll play them all. I'll also do pool hopping and... Oh, I got an ace there. I sure did see that, Murray Rose. That was a great effort. I'm sorry about that. I believe I just had a technical hitch again. The internet is not treating me well today. I'm back now, I hope. I hope you're all back as well. And you're able to watch this again. As I was saying, I will play Butt Battle, I'll do pool hopping, I'll do... what's it? Tug of War. And also rock climbing. There's also rock climbing, which was great. I'm sorry, I missed that. What's so naughty about who? Murray Rose? There's nothing naughty about her. She's perfectly innocent. There we go. I'm well and truly on top on this game. The sad thing about this is that this is actually, I mean, it's a very simple version of beach volleyball, incredibly simple, but it's kind of by default, it's the best version of beach volleyball there is in a video game right now, and it's a great sport. I actually really enjoy playing beach volleyball. It's one of my favourite sports, actually, just to play, and I've been waiting for a new beach volleyball game for the longest time. There was one I really loved on the GameCube. It was called Beach Spikers, which was by Sega, and it was kind of an arcadey. It was like Virtua Tennis, but beach volleyball. It was really good fun. I played that a lot. But we haven't really seen anything since, and I think it's a missed opportunity. I don't think it's a particularly hard sport to develop for. I know there's not a huge market for it, but I think that you could do a good beach volleyball game, and it would be good. And I just don't know why the developers haven't been waiting for one. It's, oh right, they call her devilish, so all she does is, yeah, well, that's kind of it. She's definitely a comic character, Mary Rose, but, you know, she's meant to be that kind of, that sweet and innocent on the surface, but, you know, once you get to know her, she's a little bit, you know, a little bit sharp inside, but... Okay, so my new mission is to give someone a food item in owner mode, so we'll head over to Jack of all Trades, and once you jump in here, you've got all these things that you can buy, and the different girls like things differently. So, you know, some characters like a romance novel, others like a lyrical poetry book, some girls like lemon soda, others prefer tapioca milk tea, and yeah, I mean, some of the missions ask you to find a girl one of her favourite foods. I'm going to grab Murray Rose a lemon soda, I think. So I can now give a gift to Murray Rose, and because I've wrapped it in her favourite thing, yes, yeah. So it's a very odd gift to wrap somebody. Because I've wrapped it in Murray Rose's favourite colour, she's more inclined to take it. Is the reason that you do it, and what you're seeing there on the screen is all these various other costumes that I've bought with premium tickets, so any girl will accept those. I'm saving those for the other characters. Let's give that to Mary Rose and see if she enjoys it. There we go. She appreciated the gift, so I can feel good about that now. We have bonded closely. Let's do butt battle. I mean, of course, that's the dating game influence, isn't it? It's all about guessing and learning these things. It's a mechanic. It's a video game mechanic. Let's do butt battle. So it's probably better for me to play butt battle with Misaki because it's better if you can build your relationship with your partner. Also, butt battle's pretty difficult and she's on easy mode, whereas Honoka is normal. So. I would try and get... Because it's an easy... Oh, there we go. Some of the girls' costumes actually do break as well if they get damaged, and falling into the water apparently breaks the swimsuit in this game. You never really see anything, but it kind of all starts to fall off, which is... Yeah, that's with some of the costumes. I don't know why water breaks a swimsuit. I mean, I would have thought that that was kind of a necessity that the swimsuit didn't do that, but we do live in interesting times with video game development. Murray having a butt battle is like taking a fountain pen. You're so cruel, Diffie-Ram. You are so cruel. Is the butt battle like the Keijo anime? Well, now I'm going to have to watch that if it is. I don't know what that is, to be honest. So Mary Rose got another gift from Zach. This time it is a layer, which is a terrible gift. No, I do not want to play it under any circumstances. Put it away. What a terrible instrument that is. That sounds like a great sport to me. A great manga anime. I'm definitely going to check that one out. Okay, so let's just quit that mission. It's a no good mission. Okay, what is my opinion on gambling manga? I haven't read any, to be honest, I don't think. I'm not a big fan of gambling as a rule of thumb. I enjoy poker as a game. I don't enjoy it as a gambling event. So yeah, I can't think of whether I've even watched any. I mean, about the closest I ever get to watching gambling is in the James Bond films. So yeah. Alright, so let's do another one of those mini games. Let's do pool hopping this time. Pool hopping's good fun. Let's play pool hopping with Helena. So pool hopping is very simple. You just need to kind of rhythmically time the button presses to go with the appropriate, you know, symbol on the thing there, and you just and just like that. Oh, that's a pity. So Marie Rose didn't drink the lemon soda that I gave her, and now it's not cold anymore. It took about 2 days to get warm, but it's not cold anymore, so she won't drink it. Yeah, Helena needs to work out a bit more, that's all it is. Marie Rose is more fit, because she's doing all the bodyguarding. What's another minigame we can play? Let's do tug-of-war. If we can. Yep. Let's do tug-of-war. And we'll play against Nyotengu. Just to show you another character. We need the drink. There we go. I can only imagine how hard it must be to do tug-of-war when you're worried about your swimsuit falling off, because both of those swimsuits are breakable ones, as you saw. That was a difficult thing. Now it's evening. One nice thing to do in evenings is the final minigame of the lot, and that is to go rock climbing. Now, rock climbing is just a solo activity. You don't play against anybody, but it does significantly increase your character's satisfaction for some reason. Apparently, the challenge of climbing a bunch of rocks is highly satisfying. And this is just a basic QTE minigame. Yeah. Yes, I don't think it's actually recommended by professionals to go rock climbing in a bikini. Now this is the easy course. Later on you have to press a couple of different buttons simultaneously and all that kind of stuff. And you have quests that you need to climb the thing pretty quickly. So it actually becomes quite challenging, this game, actually. But you do get a good view at the end, I guess. So it's all worthwhile. I just realised there is actually one more minigame I haven't showed, which is the flag chase, which I will do. So let's just head on to bed. Beach flags. We'll play beach flags with Misaki. I tell you what, this is one very annoying sport to play in real life. I hate beach flags. I really hate beach flags. I do not like this sport. Oh dear, I'm a bit slow off the thing. That's alright. So this is just a button masher. You just need to get there as quickly as possible and dive first. Oh no, Misaki beat me. I got beaten by easy. But that's okay, that makes her happy, so... Right, now on that, I better get back to doing some of these missions. So, Mary Rose wants to play beach volleyball again. Oh, and that's a good combination to play against, Hitomi and Li Feng. I'm telling you, I like Misaki. I like Tamaki too. I discovered her thanks obviously to Dead or Alive 6 and the DLC, but I like Misaki. She's a good character. It's a pity they've given up the DLC strategy with Dead or Alive, because there are a lot of characters that could still bring into that game just from Dead or Alive Xtreme. Unfortunately, Dead or Alive 6 had all those problems, which I think everybody knows about. I like how Li Feng is wearing a Chongsan as her beach costume. That's commitment to that type of fashion. Uh-oh. We're on the board. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Dead or Alive 5 was a particularly well-regarded fighting game, so given that Dead or Alive 6 has not gone down well, it was natural they were going to return to Dead or Alive 5. There's no real other option. I must admit, I mean, I'm not a serious fighting game player by any means, so the quality of the fighting engine isn't quite so essential for me as it is for other people. I like Dead or Alive 6 because of the superficial elements, let's face it. And it would have been nice to see it continue. I was really enjoying it. I was still playing it regularly up until... Well, I still play it, but there's not going to be any reason to go buy new season passes or anything anymore, unfortunately. So after a slow start, we have managed to claw back the lead, thanks to Misaki's great serving abilities. I'm pretty sure they've used the same model for all these characters that they used in Dead or Alive 5, I think it was the basis of all these character models. Because this game came out at the same time as DOA 5, so I'm pretty sure that it's the same character models. Perhaps upgraded because of the engine, which is maybe what you're noticing. And maybe that's why you don't like how she looks in this one. Yay, we got the win. Sorry, Li Feng. No, the models are different. You can tell because they increase the pressure. I'll have to double check that. I don't think I've seen the difference, but then I haven't compared them that closely, side by side. I mean, they may have, they may well have. I might just not have noticed it. Okay, so I'll do something else actually. There is, like I said, you can buy DLC costumes and stuff using tags, and then give them to the girls as a gifts. And if you buy them as DLC, they'll automatically accept them. If they're not DLC, if you just buy them from the store, they may not. But if they do accept them and they're happy to, because of the packaging that you've given them when you get the DLC, they also change into them right away, which is pretty funny. You can risk a peek if you want, but I'm not going to do that, of course. That would be wrong of me. Which one will we give Marie Rose? Let's give her the blue one. So as you can probably see, because of the costume that Marie Rose was wearing, she's got some tan lines going there. As the game progresses towards its 14th day, the characters become very, very tanned. And those tan lines become very, very obvious. It's kind of the most ridiculous thing in this whole game, actually, to be honest, how tan you can become in just 14 days. Yeah, I don't open my eyes, because if you do that, you'll always get caught every single time, and it just ruins the relationship you've got going with the girl, so I never do that. Plus, it's mean. The tan thing is just funny. The whole game's funny. The problem with this game, and I think the reason that Koei Tecmo didn't bother to release it in the West, is they knew that in the West people would take it seriously, whereas it's definitely not. It's very light-hearted and very satirical in tone, much like Dead or Alive itself, really. But this one is definitely a kind of satire and a sense of humour that does not translate out in the West at all, by any means. So, yeah, it's... the tan line stuff is just... It's funny. It's very funny. Okay, next day. But you can imagine, I mean, just from the couple of headlines that were written about this game, they were not complimentary by any means. Yeah, you can't... Okay, so you mentioned the groping mechanics there in the comments. You can't do that in this game. There is no option to do that. What you can do is you can set up kind of grab your photo shoots outside of the main game, where the girl will just take one of a pose, and you can unlock a whole bunch of different poses, and she'll take that pose and let you take photos. And then on the PlayStation 4 there's a VR mode in which you can do that photo mode, but in VR. But you can never actually physically interact with them in this version of the game. You can with the PC one, but not this one. If it was there, would I do it? No. No, that's not really my thing. I do have limits, believe it or not, and I'm perfectly comfortable with the voyeurism theme that runs through this game, and I find that amusing in the way that it's presented in this particular game. And the swimsuits and the gravure aesthetic, all of that stuff I quite enjoy. But yeah, once you get to the groping mechanics, especially since the girls make it clear that they don't want you to, that's crossing a line that I'm not particularly comfortable with. Okay, so back into the next mission that I want to do is a pool hopping exercise. Okay, we can do that. Well, that's what I mean. That's over a line that I don't think is particularly welcome. I don't think it added anything to the game either. I think it was obvious why they put it in there for a certain audience, but I think that misjudged how a lot of people actually enjoy Dead or Alive, and I think that was not on. Okay, so I need to go pool hopping. So it's already day 5 and Misaki is hard pool hopping. Since the mission says that I need to win, I'm not going to be able to win against a hard. So let's just do normal against Neo Tengu. Oh no, whoops. You make a single mistake and that's it, game over. I failed in my mission. So the mistake I made there was that you lightly tap a button to jump one of the platforms. You press and hold the button to jump across one, so you jump 2, and unfortunately sometimes it's a little bit twitchy as a mechanic, and sometimes you press and hold when you actually just meant to lightly tap, and then you send yourself into the drink. But I still need to try and win at pool hopping, so I'll give it another crack. Ah, that's right. Ayane is easy, so I'll be able to beat it, hopefully. Oops, it was a false start by me, that's why I slowed down. Oh well, time to catch up. Do girls ever jump in real life? They do if you watch beach volleyball. The real beach volleyball. There's a lot of jumping that goes on in that one. Doesn't quite look like it does in Dead or Alive. Okay, so now Murray Rose wants to do tug of war. Very well. Yes, they don't take into account the fact that some of these characters are ninjas and then incredibly acrobatic. But that would be unfair on everybody else, you see. So I'm going to play tug of war with Hitomi. Yes, twice is a lot. Oh, I'm not going to win twice if I do that. Oh, I got over. I'm going to lose this one. Oh dear. Lost that one badly. Hitomi's a great character. I really, really do like Hitomi. I think she's... I also really like her fighting style in the Dead or Alive series as well. I mean, if I was to try and play Dead or Alive seriously, not that I do very well at all, but if I was to try, I would probably play with Hitomi rather than Mary Rose. I like her character, Mary Rose, but I'm not very good at her fighting style. Not that that matters in this particular game, but in the fighting games it does, a little bit. Got all these gifts that I haven't opened. Iced tea, let's have a drink. So Murray Rose likes blue RC planes. She's got good taste. And she's not particularly keen on the news, fair enough. Don't think anybody is. Alright, let's change costumes again. Let's go a little bit far out there. Well, let's go all the way out there. Let's go with the most crazy costume I have, which is that one. Or that one, which isn't really a swimsuit at all, I don't think. Let's do that one. She hates it, but... Yes, that's right. Murray Rose is clearly a revolutionary. Hard left. That's why I like her so much, you see. Shay Rose. Okay, I'm going to give up on that tug-of-war thing. That's not going to happen for me. Let's do a photo shoot, just because. Unfortunately, this camera's not an underwater camera. I can't get it under there to get the right angles. What will we do now? Let's see if we can do a rock climbing on a high, slightly more difficult path. I mean, it probably goes without saying, but this game is quite aggressive with the microtransactions, and to be honest, it's quite expensive to buy all the premium tickets and stuff. What I tend to do is when I've got a little bit of cash left from something that I bought on the Switch store in Japan, after loading it up, I'll buy a couple of premium tickets, and that's how I've ended up with all those costumes. But yeah, it's a money-making machine. I've said it so many times on YouTube and whatever, and digitally-downloaded.net. I've argued so many times for it. I don't personally have a problem with Koei Tecmo making money from DLC, because they sucker in people like me who just buy this stuff anyway, but I totally appreciate that this is expensive. Koei Tecmo is an expensive hobby. I'm glad you approve of that costume. I think it's a very fashionable one. It's all jewels and beads and stuff. Okay, actually, I have basically now showed you the entirety of Dead or Alive Xtreme. There isn't actually much more to this game. There's no other minigames that I haven't showed you through this thing. The casino, I haven't showed you the blackjack and the roulette, but they work basically like the poker stuff. I am not going to be able to show you the pole dance. You can always YouTube that up if you're that interested in it. But yeah, so this game is obviously a very casual thing. It's very relaxing. It's not designed to be a hardcore game that you spend hours and hours playing. But it is a game that I've been playing pretty consistently since it came out quite a few years ago now. And it's just something that I like to pick up when I'm looking to relax, I guess. It's just a very easygoing, very relaxing game without putting any pressure on the player. So that's it. I don't think there's much else to show in this stream, to be honest. Thank you very much for tuning in, as always. It's an hour anyway, so we've got through the stream. Apologies for the technical issues that we've had through this one. It seems like not only do I have some issues with my setup, but I've also had some internet trouble tonight. But hopefully that's fixed by tomorrow when we do our JRPG stream in the morning. We'll be continuing on with Blue Reflection there, so please do tune in if you're around. Otherwise, catch up maybe later on. And then on Sunday, we'll probably be looking at doing some more of the Civilization stream as well. So thank you very much for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everybody. And thanks, as always, for your support.